So it still looks like the iPhone 14 has a pretty big problem, and I'm very curious to see what Apple's going to basically be doing in the future to alleviate the specific situation. Now, for those of you who don't know, essentially the iPhone 14s are, the 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max, I think are pretty decent upgrades coming from the previous models, but the iPhone 14 was probably one of the smallest differences we've ever seen from one iPhone to the other. So we've kind of known that for a while. Why is that still important? Well, it looks like Apple's, most recent strategy of selling a phone, which has been the last few years, basically they go ahead and just promote the phone and it kind of sells itself. Maybe it doesn't sell too well the first couple months, or maybe it does, but then usually they end up selling pretty well towards the end of their life cycle. But it looks like right now that is not going to be the case. There have been so many reports that Apple's basically been, delaying, service orders, basically delaying parts to order for iPhone 14s. They've been canceling or reshifting focus from, buying iPhone 14 panels to buying iPhone 14 Pro panels. And it is a very, very weird situation that Apple's in. I don't think in a very long time since they've been in a situation like this where their, Pro and Pro Max models are actually selling more than their base models, the 14 and the 14 Plus. Now, another big thing to keep in mind is that this is probably a better thing for Apple than they probably would have expected. It is a really good situation to be in when people are buying your more expensive products. So I think that's a really good thing, right? I think they're probably okay. They're not super upset about it or anything like that. But the issue at hand is looking at the future. What is the future of the iPhone 14 going to look like? Are they going to still sell the iPhone 14 next month or next year? Are they still going to sell the iPhone 14 Plus next year when the iPhone 15s come out? Those are the situations and questions that they kind of need to put up in the air, because, if they end up selling the iPhone 14 and the iPhone 14 Plus, and then the iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Plus come in, I feel like more people might actually end up buying an iPhone 14 at a much cheaper price tag at that point than even buying an iPhone 15. So that would actually cause less people to buy an iPhone 15 than an iPhone 14. And I think at some point, Apple's probably going to move away from selling their base model iPhones like the iPhone 13, 14, 15, and only focusing on their Pro models and maybe having a couple like iPhone SE models in the middle so you can go and purchase them. I hope Apple doesn't end up doing that, but depending if nobody's buying those iPhones, then it's going to be a very interesting spot that Apple's in. And, I want to state Apple, the people are buying those iPhones, don't get me wrong, people are still, buying them for sure, but it's a very weird situation Apple is in. I don't think they've been in a situation like this in a very long time. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.